I'm Jess and I work as a product manager at Higher Space, which is a startup that helps people find venues for events. And I started there 3 years ago working on the sales team. About sort of a year in, I then became product owner, so sort of doing day-to-day activities like user testing, sort of day-to-day problem solving and prioritization. And then about 8 months after that, so last year in March, I became product manager, so taking ownership and responsibility of sort of all of the websites, starting to do more long-term business impact like strategy work, as well as continuing design and working with the software engineers. I would recommend product management based on I think if you like people, essentially, then product management is the perfect job. Because there's kind of two aspects of people in product management. There is the sort of, I guess, surprising and delighting the users. And that's not just solving problems for users, it's all sort of solving frustrations for them, because they're real sort of people at the end of the computer. So rather than thinking about it in terms of solving problems, then it is solving frustrations. So for example, a venue manager at Higher Space sort of sitting in their office and looking at the calendar thinking, I've got 2 weeks completely empty. That's not just a problem, that's a person who has a frustration that needs solving. And so the great thing about product management is that you get to use your problem solving skills and sort of project management skills to really help someone. And then the second bit is working with a team of great people who can problem solve in lots of different ways. So you get to work with marketing and software engineers and sort of CEOs who all think in completely different ways. And so the sort of fun bit, the bit that I'm really passionate about, is linking up all of those problem solving capabilities to solve people's frustrations. I think we look for product management in kind of roughly 4 different areas. So looking for people who can do root cause analysis of problems. So identifying what are just symptoms of an underlying sort of deeper problem and what is the sort of problem itself. So you make sure you're solving the right thing and not wasting time. And then I think the ability also to communicate with lots of different people and the ability to lead, which I think often boils down to being able to create and share a vision so people know where they're going. So all the different people that you're working with know exactly what part they're playing in achieving this vision. And so also that you know when you have achieved it or not. So I think those two, so the sort of the root cause analysis and the kind of people skills, and then the last two would probably be one being bold and being prepared to sort of take risks and ask silly questions, and then kind of a fourth one which I don't think is spoken about enough, of being humble, and so making sure you're not taking too big a risk, so you're sort of balancing that out, and being able to easily say, actually, this isn't working, let's try something else. For anyone considering a career in product management, firstly, they're lucky that they know what product management is, and so can consider the career before they start it. I would say if you are not currently in a sort of role that is connected to anyone doing product management at the moment, then start building those connections by asking lots of questions. So if you say are working within a company at the moment that has a software engineering team, then just walking into them first. It's a very good start. Or if you are a student or graduate, then starting to learn more about the industry and starting to make contact with people in the industry, so you can ask them lots of questions. And roles such as sort of researcher or customer or community support are great roles that give you the kind of experience in the digital realm without needing the technical skills, which you can then sort of start building and sort of moving into management. But it's lucky because it is a role that requires knowledge of so many different disciplines that you're not particularly at any advantage or disadvantage no matter which sort of